Firehouse Play here. Today we're going to review two base attacks and we're going to focus on what not to do in terms of designing your base and giving your attacker easy access to your stronghold. The first base that we have, you're going to notice here, I'm going to freeze frame this and you're going to notice the majority of the offensive buildings are to the north and to the south there are only 3 cannons. That is not good enough. Also, that southernmost building is a barracks. That thing only has about 500 health. And I'm going to start this back up. You're going to see my just one squadron destroy that barrack in less than half a second. I'm going to deploy my army, and that stronghold is going to be gone in about 10 seconds. Um, you really have to be cognizant of the health of the buildings that you're putting around the perimeter, on the outside of your wall, and just on the inside. Because if it's really easy to destroy that building, well, then it's also going to be really easy for your attacker to get right into your base and destroy your stronghold. With this game still being fairly new, folks are still learning how to design bases, figure out what base structures and designs are most effective. When you come across bases like this, it's always good to learn from this because you understand what not to do. This is a perfect example of a base that's just extremely unbalanced. You really can't have such few offense on one side of your stronghold and then the majority of your offense, or I'm sorry, I should say defense on the other half of your stronghold, because the path to your stronghold is just too easy. Okay, so for the next base attack review, I'm going to show you a base where these are my favorite types of bases to find when I'm trying to raid. It's when the base has a building inside the walls that's not being protected by any defensive building. I have to assume that this player here, with the conduit building on the outside, that they were probably redesigning their base, because there's no logical reason to have your conduit building outside. But also, if you notice, there's 4 buildings on the exterior, none of which are being protected. But more importantly, that northern portal just inside the walls is not being protected either. And that is the key piece to these types of bases. If you can get this type of base, it is extremely easy to deploy your troops inside very quickly. It also gives the dragon plenty of time to accumulate at least 2 flyovers. I think for this attack, I may have had 3. But as you can see here, as soon as the portal drops, I'm going to deploy my army, and basically this base is completely gone. This is one thing that you always want to double check your base designs for. Make sure that those buildings just inside your walls are at least covered by one defensive building. Because when it's not, you're going to have results like this. I mean, where there really isn't that much strategy on the attacker's part. All they have to do is just take out that one building with their dragon and just drop all their troops down, and your stronghold is going to be gone within 10 seconds. So these two are 2 base design items that you really want to focus on when you're designing a base. Now, obviously, again, this game is still very new, so hardcore players and casual players, there's still a learning curve in terms of base design, but these are just 2 aspects that you should be aware of when designing your base. Okay, this has been Firehouse Play. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want. If you have comments and questions, please post them below. Thanks, guys.